Today, I'm going to be sharing a powerful tool that's transformed how I run my online business. If you've been looking for ways to make money online without complex coding or expensive software, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to use n8n, which is an open source automation platform that lets you build AI-powered workflows completely for free. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to set up these systems and even create your own AI agent. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before we dive into the technical details, let me give you some context on what n8n actually is. n8n is an open source workflow automation platform that connects different apps and services together. Think of it like Zapier or Make.com, but with more flexibility and, importantly, the ability to self-host it completely for free. What makes n8n so powerful for making money online is that you can build sophisticated artificial intelligence workflows without having to write a single piece of code. You can connect to over 600 services like Telegram, WordPress, Google Sheets, AI platforms, and anything you can think of. This means that you can create automated services that would normally require a developer or expensive software subscriptions. I started using n8n about a year ago when I was looking for ways to scale my services without hiring more people. Now I run multiple automated services that generate income with minimal maintenance. The profit margins are incredible because once you set up this system, your main costs are just the API fees, which are often pennies compared to what your clients are going to be paying you. Now for today's video, we're going to show you how to use Hostinger VPS to set up our n8n automation system. I've partnered with Hostinger because they offer an incredible and affordable solution that's perfect for running n8n in a server environment. Their VPS plans start at just a few dollars per month, and they're actually creating a special n8n template that makes the setup process super simple. The beauty of this approach is that once you set up everything, you'll have a system that can generate content, manage tasks, or provide services with minimal intervention from you. Let's first start by setting up our VPS with n8n, and here's exactly what you need to do. First things first, head down to the description and click the link for Hostinger VPS. This helps support the channel, and you'll get a special discount when you use the code MyFirstWebsite, all capitals, no spaces, at checkout. As you can see, when you click that link, you'll be brought to this page here. You'll simply click the choose the plan button, pick which plan you want to go with. I'd recommend just going with their KV1 plan because it's as simple and easy as having that. You don't really need the multiple other options that they have. If you're a larger automation provider, you might want to upgrade to these in the future, but it's super easy to do. So for now, I would recommend just going with the KVM1 plan. We'll hit the choose plan button, which will then take us to the checkout page. Once we're on the checkout page, we'll then enter in the coupon code MyFirstWebsite, all capitals, no spaces, and hit the apply button. As you can see, we're going to get an even greater discount on top of that and save even more money here. One of the things I'm going to show you how to do now is how to actually get started with a template within n8n and start selling that automation at a premium price to any business that you can think of. Now, once you're inside of n8n, the best way to go about doing this is by going up to the create the workflow button, clicking that button, which will then take you to this page. Once you're on this page, you can start building your workflow completely from scratch. I'd recommend looking for something like a template online though, as it will be much easier to start fresh from. Now, for this specific example, I'm going to show you how you can start selling info product creators, coaches, or even course sellers a AI written newsletter. This is basically a newsletter that's written every single day by artificial intelligence and ultimately gets sent out to your email list without you having to do any of the writing. And the best part is that this will mimic your personal tone of voice. It'll copy your phrases, the way that you talk to people, and just in general sound like it was written by a human being instead of an artificial intelligence robot. Now, in order to import this template, I'm going to walk you through just some basic steps here. The first of these are going to involve going up to the top right and hitting these three dots. Then you're going to go import from file. Once you do that, you'll then scroll down to whatever your template you ended up installing and then hit the open button. As you can see, I've hit the open button here, and this is our template and specifically what we're going to be working with inside of n8n. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so we can have a better understanding of how this whole operation works and how this AI newsletter. I'm going to go over step by step how this automation works and how you can replicate it so that way you can start selling your very own AI newsletter service to different course creators, business owners, or coaching sellers. As you can see, the first thing here is going to be a schedule trigger. Now, inside n8n, this is basically how you're going to have a specific time period that this automation runs every day. This will be a really great way for newsletters to come out consistently every day at a specific time. Let's say your audience is more than active at maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon or 9 o'clock in the morning. You can specify for that with this specific schedule trigger and obviously mess with it by changing any of these settings here. It's basically just a cron job, and there's even expressions if you want more custom code with this to make it even more custom customizable. But you can just go into settings too, add any of the notes that you're thinking of, and then ultimately test this to make sure it works. Once you have all of that set up, that'll move you into the next page, which is getting AI news emails. Now, what this node basically does is that this node gets the emails from the AI newsletters for the past 3 days, and it's going to be connected directly to your Gmail. So what you'll be doing with this is basically pulling email newsletters that you're already subscribed to, taking the content and effectively repurposing it and rewriting it as your very own content within your style, your tone of voice, or even your niche. Once that's all good to go, you'll then go out of this and then move into the next node, which will be an extract all news feature. This basically is just going to use a simple ChatGPT 4 clean data model, which will pull all that info out of those newsletters and then ultimately put it into an aggregate, which is going to basically store all of that newsletter information for later use. This is super easy. You just connect it to your ChatGPT OpenAI API, so that way ChatGPT can obviously function with n8n. The API credits here are a little bit more expensive for ChatGPT, but if you want the best results, again, ChatGPT is going to be the way to go as far as getting that all started. The next thing here is going to be the aggregate portion. Now, inside of the aggregate portion, this is basically giving us fields that we can contain info in. This is how we're going to have all the information that we're pulling from those newsletters and storing it somewhere centralized for later use. Once you have all that really good to go, you'll move into the choose top 5 news section here, and we click into this, and as you can see, we already have a prompt written out here, which is you're part of This Week in AI newsletter team, which is one of the best AI newsletters in the world. You're given all the top news for the past 7 days in artificial intelligence. You must filter the news and only choose the top 5 news points that are the most revolutionary and important, and so on and so forth. This basically prompt gives it exactly what it needs to build, and then it even gives an output as far as JSON, so that way it'll be easier for the AI to read, and it will accommodate for token economics, which are really, really important because, of course, tokens are extremely expensive, and the more efficient you can prompt AI, the better results and the cheaper results that you can get from it. So this will basically actually write our newsletter, and then we go into the research news portion. Now, this is basically using an AI agent, which is like a ChatGPT or a DeepSeek or a Claude or any LLM you can think of. But imagine if that LLM could go out and do things, right? It could send emails for you. It can post, on social media. It can do things for you. And that's what an AI agent basically is. And that's what this section of the automation is really doing here. This is going to be linked over to ChatGPT as well as a window buffer for just memory purposes and to keep things efficient. And then, of course, also Perplexity, which is another AI research tool. And again, this is going to be the web search agent that does your deep research for you. This is basically going to research each of the 5 news points and provide references to those news points so we have more of an in-depth understanding of the topic, and it writes better prompts for it. Now, once we all have that, we'll have a split out here, which will go into our image covers, because again, emails are really good, but if we just have text only emails, it becomes really, really difficult to get a lot of people interested unless we have some visuals involved. And inside of this, again, you can link this to just about anything. You can look at this actual specific engine here that will generate images for you based on the type of things that you're writing inside of your newsletter, which is going to be linked with the sirpoppy.com, as you can see here with the engine, which is really helpful. Once that's all good to go, you'll then move down to the summarize section, where it will summarize basically all of this and turn it into that finalized email that we're talking about. And then there's obviously the fields, which are going to be edited depending on who the email is being sent to, who the email is targeting, their first name, last name, their email address, and maybe potentially even some other personalized info that you can make obviously custom inside of this JSON field right there. Once that's all good, you'll then create the subject line, once again using ChatGPT. You'll then move over to the copywriter, which will also use ChatGPT to write the copy for the email, and then draft it in ConvertKit, and you're pretty much ready to go to start sending that email. That's pretty much it, guys. This is an example of a little bit more of a complicated actual automation for an AI newsletter. But once you set this up properly and have it running where every single person can just put in their info and it starts working for them, this is a sellable automation. You can sell this to anybody who wants to create their own newsletter but doesn't have the time to write it every day. It's cheaper than hiring a copywriter. It's cheaper than hiring somebody to write this every day. And it's just so much more efficient. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are interested in this actual template, and maybe we'll add it as a download link. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Also, comment down below if you're planning on building any of your own automations, and let me know if you tried using this one and if you have any questions about it. Who knows, I might make a future tutorial based on your comment suggestions. Other than that though, I'll see you guys in the next video.